So I'm gonna start this story off by last Friday. We're now Thursday, so it's basically been a week already. So on Friday, that was Halloween weekend, by the way. So it was Friday. I had a party on Friday and on Saturday. The party on Friday though was my cousin's birthday, so it was not like Halloween thing, because y'all know Haitians don't be doing Halloween like that. I invite my girls, you know, we go to the party. We're in a good mood because they know my cousins. They know it's always a good time with my cousins. You know, and it's my cousins, so, and I haven't seen them in a while. I'm excited to see them. I got there, I said hi to my cousin. I was, drinking. My cousins were making me drink Hennessy, black Hennessy. He got the Hennessy. He got the Hennessy. I'm really like getting in the good vibes, and I feel like my friends are too. So at one point I'm sitting on the couch and I'm taking a picture, like a video of my cousin, and he like this and he doing all that shit, and then I hear somebody from behind yelling gang gang gang. So I turn my phone around because I'm thinking it's somebody that I know, because why are you yelling? I turn around and it's this dumbass nigga. Like, listen, I'm gonna give him a name. What should his name be? Goofy. His name gonna be Goofy, okay? So Goofy is just there, and the second I turn my phone on him, he's like, oh, I ain't in all that. So I'm like, okay, then why you yelling in my snap then? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not my first time seeing this nigga, and he's always a little annoying, but it's like, I don't know what he had that night, but like, anyways, I just let it go, and I just go chill with my bitches, keep drinking, keep partying, whatever. I go outside to smoke with my bitches. We're all just chilling, and there's like this one white boy, and honestly, he was cool. Like, he was talking to two of my girls, and that wasn't really smoking, and I was just, smoking with my bitches. It was fine. So then we all just chilling, and then Goofy wanna come out. He starts by filming my bitch. He starts by filming one of my bitches. He has his phone, and he's like all on her face with the flash on, and like my girl is literally like, what the fuck? And like, she's trying to move, she's trying to go, because why are you filming me? And she's like, I don't even know who you know, like what the fuck? He's like, I film you if I want, like just acting fucking weird. So then he finally stops, and then he stays and like gets in our circle and just starts talking to us, and we're just talking, and then here come Goofy. And he like, nah, nobody can talk to her. Like, he said something like that. And I just turn around and I'm like, who is you? And he grabs my head. And I had a wig on too, and he grabs my head. And he goes like this, and like shakes my head a little bit. And then goes, I said what I said, like something like that. And I'm just like, what? Like, you better know who you're talking to right now, because you fucking wildin'. And he's like, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, excuse me, repeat that, please. He said, get the fuck out of here. And I'm saying, okay, let me go talk to my cousin real quick. Let me just go talk to my cousin real quick, and then we'll have this conversation afterwards, okay? So he's like, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. And he think because he my cousin's friend, that like he just has a pass to talk to everybody any type of way. You're nobody. You're Goofy, you're ugly, you're nobody. Nobody cared for you other than my cousin. Truly, the only reason why I didn't do nothing to him was because he was my cousin friend. He would have been anybody else, I would have slapped the fuck out of him. And then basically my bitches were like, don't talk to my bitch like that. And then it started like becoming a thing, and he went back inside, and I'm like, as soon as this spliff is done, I'm going to get my cousin inside, and I'm going to talk to him about it, because he not only bothering me, he bothered everybody in here. He was being rude to all of my bitches, and it's like, I really brought y'all here because I know y'all know my cousins, and it's like, this is ridiculous. I'm not dealing with this. Finish the spliff, and we go inside, and I go inside and I look for my cousin whose birthday it is, right? I cannot find him nowhere, right? So I'm like, whatever. I go upstairs. It really was just me and my bitches. Like, we were just, me personally, I was like, until I see my cousin, like, I'm not going back down there. Really just me and my bitches chilling. And then another one of my cousins comes upstairs, and he's like, what's going on? And I'm just like, no, because your little goofy friend think he's super fucking funny, but he's not. And I explained to him the situation, and he's like, okay, but you need to understand. And listen, I love this cousin, but he was not taking me seriously. Like, he was drunk clearly, and I don't think he was like really understanding what I was trying to explain. And it's like, I was talking about his friend. He's like, no, but you need to understand, that's my brother. That's, you know, he's just a little, he's trying to be funny, you know, and da da da. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So I'm going back and forth with my cousin. Tell me why Goofy wanna come upstairs. So Goofy come upstairs and he's doing the most, whatever, and I'm just like, Goofy, like, you did enough. And he don't want to leave. And literally every single one of my bitches was cussing the fuck out of him, and he was not leaving. I just looked downstairs because the way the upstairs was made is that you could look downstairs and see what's going on. So I looked downstairs and I finally see my cousin, and he's with this white girl. I done never seen this girl with him in my life. He never talked to me about her. So that's how I know it ain't serious. I'm just like, get your fucking ass up. I almost said his whole government name right now. I said, get your fucking ass up and come up. Like, I was really fucking mad. And he was like, hold on, hold on, hold on. I was like, hold on? Okay, that's how y'all want to move today? That's how y'all want to move? Bet. I found out afterwards that the white girl was literally fucking crying in his arms. But I didn't know that because I couldn't see that from upstairs. All I could see was this girl on my cousin. Finally, one of my, I think it was Shyla or whatever the fuck, they told Goofy to go fuck themselves. And it was to the point, like, Goofy was really doing the most. Like, he was laughing, he was saying like, slap me, like, just being the fucking, just being a goof. He finally went downstairs. 5 minutes later, my cousin, the birthday boy, my cousin that I've been calling, he come up. And I'm like, you know why I want to talk to you right now? Like, he got me fucked up, like, da da da. He's like, whoa, what's going on? I didn't even know it was serious. He told me he didn't know it was serious because I'm always yelling at him. And I'm like, okay, but when I yell at you, you come. And I'm like, your friend is all goofy. Your friend grabbed my head and told me to get the fuck out of here. And he was trying to, yo, I didn't even finish my sentence. This is my cousin was going down the stairs. Literally, I look down and I hear like a little tussling, but I don't really know what's going on. And I just see a bunch of niggas going like outside. And I was like, I don't even want to see what's gonna happen. Like, honestly, I just wanted him to check his friend and told him to never talk to me like that again, or I will beat his fucking ass. You don't even need to beat his ass. I'll slap the shit out of him. But it's just like, I want you to know that I chilled the fuck down because that's your friend, and I don't want to do drama at your birthday, but don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. So I don't even know what ended up happening. Honestly, I was just like, can we go? Like, I told my bitches, like, at this point, just went home. You know, I was just like, whatever, I have a party tomorrow. Hopefully the party the next fucking day is more lit. You know, it's a Halloween party. It's gonna be a lot of people I know there, so it's supposed to be lit. So whatever, like, I wake up the next day, I'm hungover, not even gonna lie. Ooh, I forgot to say a part of the story, but I'll just say right now because it has nothing to do with Friday, but I should have said it before, but whatever. So before Friday, on Thursday, I get a call from my ex ting. And no, it's not my ex. I know who, you know, my ex, what do I call him? I don't know, I think I call him Daquan or Deshaun. So it's not Deshaun, it's like my ex ting, you know? It's just like, actually, I think I gave him a name on this channel too. Javante, right. Javante wanna call me on Thursday because he been trying to hit me up, but I haven't been, you know, answering his messages because I don't know, like, we had a little thing back in like the beginning of the summer. It's not even a little thing, it's just like we would see each other a lot at parties and, you know, stuff happened, but it was never like serious. So it was just like, I'm not trying to talk to him. Like, every time I talk to him, I waste my time. But on Thursday, I ended up answering him and we ended up talking on the phone for like 2 hours. And he was saying a bunch of shit like, I want you in my life and this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay, you wanna be in my life? We're not gonna have sex. You can come, we can chill, we can do stuff, but we're not gonna have sex. And then Saturday rolls around and he texts me and he's like, oh, what are you doing tonight? And I'm just like, honestly, like, I'm going out, so I don't really know how that's gonna happen. But if you want to see me after and you're going out too, when you want to link up after, then we can link up, you know? And he's like, fine, like, I'll text you later, whatever. So I ended up going to this party. You know, it was actually fun, but I was actually so drunk and I did stuff at that party that I should have done. Not that I gave false hopes to anybody, but like I was just saying shit to niggas that I should not be saying at all. Like I don't know what got into me. It's because I drank what I drank. Remy, Henny, Patron. I was also smoking weed, of course, so it was like a lot, you know. And I was vaping the whole night too. I was vaping in that party. On the way home, I ended up, you know, calling Javante and see what he was doing, but he ended up not answering. When I tell you, I was so drunk, out of my mind, fucking drunk. And when I got home, I was so drunk that I smoked weed, right? Because usually when I smoke weed when I'm drunk, it like calms me down a little bit. It did absolutely not that. It fucked me up even more. It was to the point like I threw up. Like I literally couldn't breathe, low-key. Like I fall asleep in some way, right? And I wake up on Sunday to a text from Deshaun. It was on Snapchat. He texted me on Snapchat, and I like opened the text, and when I opened it, it was like clear to me that like there was something before this conversation. So I'm guessing we actually talked while I was like lit. Like we exchanged messages while I was lit. It was clear that there was a conversation before that because he was answering something, you know? And I was just like, oh fuck. I was just like, okay, I think I sent like an emoji and I just let it go. Like I didn't really continue the conversation. And then I got a text from Javante saying that he fell asleep and whatever. So I'm like, it's fine. He's basically telling me like, oh, but I could come, you know, later today. And I'm just like, okay, bet, like that's cool with me. I'm not really doing anything, you know. The only thing was I had an appointment early in the morning with a doctor. So anyways, he ended up just being like, okay, I'll come later tonight. So that was that. And I was like, okay, bet. It was getting a little late. And you know, I was just like, okay. And then he finally calls me and he's like around like 7, and he's like, okay, yeah, I just gotta take care of some shit and then I'll pull up. And I was just like, bet, like honestly, I know I'm not even gonna sleep until like probably like 11-12. So like you got it. Like I'm not stressing. You know, I was just watching movies and just like chilling and smoking. Time passes, and he doesn't pull up and he doesn't say anything to me. And one thing about me, I'm not about to text a nigga and ask him like, oh, no. I will go to sleep and you could go fuck yourself, because it's like I'm not the one fumbling nothing. Like if you're the one who was on my phone for 2 hours telling me you want to be my life, so I don't know what to tell you. And I'm going to sleep at around like 12, you know, because I had an appointment at 9 a.m. the next morning that my dad was supposed to, you know, bring me to and, you know, bring me back. So I was just like, anyways, like it could have been a situation if my dad and him saw each other. So I was just like, whatever, I'll just go to sleep. And I ended up going to sleep at around 12, but I woke up at around 3 just like randomly. And I just ended up going on my phone for some reason. Usually Deshaun's story on Snapchat is muted, so I can't really see it and I don't really look at it. But because we just had a conversation, it was like one of the first conversations. So even if it's muted, I could still like see that he has a story because I just spoke to him, so his name is right there. Let me click on it and see what's up. Anyways, I should have never done that. I should have went right back to fucking sleep, right? So I click on the story and it's like this bitch on his story that looks, I'm so sorry, she looked slow. Like not physically, just like the way she was acting, she looked slow in the head. It was like a whole bunch of bitches in the back too, so I'm guessing it was like a kickback or I don't know, an orgy for all I fucking know. She's like on his bed with his phone and she's just like, she said like, Deshaun is such a vibe. Like he's such a vibe. And I'm just like, oh my god. Like it was really fucking cringy and I was having a lot of secondhand embarrassment. So I skipped through, and the last story I see is just like her, I don't know in what room she was in now, but she was not in the bedroom anymore. and she literally is like bare titties out, like nipple, everything, like literally just being like and she's not saying anything. She's just like showing her bare titties on Snap. Okay. Like, it really just made me feel like, I don't know, it was like, it was a lot of emotions. It was like, ew. Then it was like, well, this just proves to me I'm too good for this nigga, because if that's the type of bitches he want to be around. And listen, you could be a slut all you want, I don't care, do you? Because, you know, I love hoeing too. So I don't judge a bitch for being a thought. I'll judge a bitch for being a pick-me though. And that story was such a secondhand embarrassment moment that, thank God I'm not dealing with this nigga no more. He could, like, ew. So I almost deleted him off of my shit, but I was just like, you know what, no, because that's just gonna show him I care. And honestly, I don't, because it's like, congratulations, like, I don't know, like, it's like every time I see him with a bitch on his story, it's like, it's never a bitch better than me, so I'm never like jealous. So I did not delete him. I just went right back to sleep, and I was just like, you know what, like, this wasn't pleasant to watch, obviously. And by the way, Javante had not texted me since, not said nothing since, right? So I wake up the next morning at like 8 or 7:38 for my appointment, and I just get ready super quickly, like I'm low-key in a rush because I woke up a little late. I get a call from my dad at like 8:15, and he's like, yeah, so I'm stuck in traffic and it says I'm gonna be at your house at 8:45, so like you should take an Uber there and I'll pick you up after your appointment. So I'm like, obviously, like, the morning that I'm just like rushing, the morning that I'm just like not in the mood, my mom had a saying, when you really need your daddy, he not gonna come. That's what she always used to say. So I was like, wow, thanks, okay, fine, thanks. I'm just like, okay, fine, at least he's gonna come pick me up, right? So I'm just like, whatever. So I order an Uber, and first of all, the Uber was $30 fucking. I almost did not take it, like, didn't accept it, because it was not a $30 ride. It was like 20, if not less. So I'm like, fuck. And it was like saying rates higher due to high demand. Bitch, fuck you and your demand. Like, what that got to do with me? And then I, you know, put my address, and then put the address of the hospital that I was having an appointment with our doctor at, and I press accept, confirm, whatever. So I look, somebody accepts, and it says like 8 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm fine, I'm gonna be on time. I look at like the pickup spot, and it said I had to walk like 4 minutes. And I'm like, no, because I know for a fact I put my address. Like, I know for a fact. So I'm like, what? And it says like, basically it was on my street, but it was like more down. And I was just like, why would I walk? Why would I put my pickup at an address I've never been at in my life? I didn't know this address. So then I tried to change the pickup. The shit is not letting me change the fucking pickup. So I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, this is not the time. So I cancel, and I call a taxi. Like, I called the number for the taxi. Nobody fucking answers. I'm on the fucking waiting, you know, like, they put me on hold. Sorry, they put me on hold for like 5 minutes, and I'm just like, no. Like, I hung up, and I called the Uber again, and I made sure I put my address, and I made sure I put the right address for, you know, everything. And bitch, it was the same shit. It was not letting me put the right address, and it was putting this, I don't even know what ID this was. So I'm like, you know what, let me just contact the fucking driver. So I contact the driver, and I'm like, listen, like, I don't know what's going on. Uber's bugging, but this is my address. It's like a minute for you to drive there. It's 4 minutes for me to walk. It's on the same street. You just keep going, like, please. And he's like, okay, I got it. It's fine. Thank you. Like, whatever. So I'm like, oh my God, thank you. Like, please don't be dumb and come to the right address. Like, please don't be dumb, come to the right address. So he ended up coming to my address. Thank you, Uber, for, you know, not being dumb, because I've had a lot of dumb Ubers. So I go in his car. I'm already like, I feel like shit. And it was really while I was going down to the Uber that I really felt like shit. I started realizing like my throat was fucked up, my nose was kind of runny, but it was like, it was not enough for me to be like, oh, I'm sick. But it was like something wrong. But I thought maybe it was like the liquor that I've been drinking all weekend, or like I've smoked a lot this weekend, so I thought maybe that was it. But no, I was like genuinely getting sick. Like the second I got in the Uber, I was like getting sicker by the minute, or like realizing actually how sick I was. And I was in the Uber and I was just like, whatever. And it was like a 15-20 minute ride, and dropped me at the right place. I said thank you. I get in the hospital, answer the questionnaire that they always make me answer, go tell them I had an appointment. They tell me go in the waiting room. So I go in the waiting room, and I was in advance, you know. It was like maybe 8:50 something, and I had no news from Javante, by the way, no news from him. So I just go on Snapchat because I was gonna hit up my girl to tell her like, oh yo, I'm at my appointment for, because basically I know a lot of y'all know I'm genuinely sick, so I go to the hospital a lot, you know. I'm gonna get like surgery for my liver and shit. A lot of you guys know, but I was actually going for my implant in my arm. The implant, I'm not gonna touch it because I can feel it. It freaks me the fuck out, but it's where the band-aid is. But yeah, so I'm just like going there for this implant because, bitch, I be popping Plan B like it's Molly. Like I need a fucking implant. Like, you know, it's a birth control implant. But I go on Snapchat to like talk to my girl, right? And I see my ex's name is not there no more. I see, you know, Deshaun's name not there. And I'm just like, did this nigga fucking block me? And I just go to type his name, because if you type the name, you can see if somebody unfriended you or blocked you. I cannot find this nigga name. So in my head, I'm like, this nigga fucking blocked me. He fucking blocked me. Like, I had a 20-second of just like, are you fucking kidding me? And I don't know why I got mad, honestly, but I think it was just like a mix of like, it was just so much shit that was just not going my way in like a little amount of time. And it was not even 9 a.m. yet. So I was just like, I'm half awake. I'm trying to even understand where I'm at right now. My throat feels like shit. I feel like fucking shit. And now I find out this nigga fucking blocked me. Are you serious? So I'm like, are you serious? Like that, I'm on my phone like, wow. Like I'm even saying this out loud. Like I'm like, wow. So then I hear my whole government name being called. So I'm just like, so that's now she wanna come get me. Now she wanna come get me, okay, bet. So she's like, hi, I'm your doctor today. She had a student doctor. So she's like, yeah. I'm like, hi, whatever. We go in the room and she's like talking to me and telling me all the side effects of this shit. And I'm just like, girl, I did my research, don't worry. And like, basically we're talking about it for a little bit. And then she's like, okay, so, you know, we're gonna do the procedure. So, you know, I need to like put some numbing like gel in your arm so you don't feel it when I actually put the implant. And I'm just like, oh my God. So she like puts it in with like this big ass, what's the name? What the fuck? Like whatever. She has this huge thing and she like puts it in my arm, and oh my God, it hurt so fucking bad. Like I think that was the worst part of the whole thing. And I could feel it was so long. Oh my God. Ooh, anyways, it was hurtful as fuck, and I could feel it on my arm, and I was like, and I was not looking, but I could feel it, and I was like, oh my God. So she's like, it's done, and then she puts the implant. That I couldn't really, like I could feel it, but like it didn't really hurt. And she was like, it's done, and then she puts like a band-aid, and she wraps like my arm up, and she's like, you have to leave the wrap for like, you have to leave it wrapped up for like 24 hours, and then you have to leave the band-aids for 3 to 5 days. So by tomorrow I'll take it out. But yeah, so I was just like, okay, you know, thanks. And she's like, tell me if anything, and if it hurts, you can take like some Tylenols or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, great, thanks. And I literally felt like shit. Like I felt like I was gonna pass out. So I was just like, okay, goodbye. So I leave like the doctor place. I text my dad and I'm like, I'm done. Where are you? And he's like, wait for me. Wait for you? What are you talking about? Because he told me I would be at your house for 8:45. So I know he had time. He would have had time to make it to the hospital by the time I finished. So I'm like, what do you mean, babes? What do you mean? And he's like, he calls me and he's like, I'm gonna be here in like 15-20 minutes. 15-20 minutes? I'm like, boy, bye. I'm gonna take an Uber. Like, you're fucking weird. Like, why would you do that? Like, I just asked you to come pick me up from the hospital because I hate being here and I want to leave when I leave, you know? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, what did I do to you? And like, honestly, guys, like, when my dad lets me down, it like triggers me to another level because it triggers my inner child, you know? So it's like, it's really, it's just, I always like overreact when he lets me down, even if it's like the littlest thing, because it brings me back to my childhood and it's hard, you know? So I just like, you know what, nigga, I'm gonna take a fucking Uber, like, never fucking mind, like, da da da. I was like, I've had enough today. I've had enough today. So I'm ordering an Uber. Tell me why the Uber says 20 minutes as well. I'm like, okay, I didn't cancel it yet, but I just called my dad back. And when I called my dad, I was like, actually, can you come pick me up? Because like at this point, you just said 15-20 minutes you're gonna be here. So like, you're gonna be at the same time as the Uber. He's like, I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I just took an exit, so I'm gonna be there in like 25-30 minutes. I said, never fucking mind. So I hang up on my dad and I just start bawling my eyes out. Like, honestly, I just was like not in the fucking mood. I was in the hospital entrance bawling my eyes out. People probably think like I found out I had cancer or some shit. So then while I'm bawling my eyes out, Javante wanna call my phone twice and then text me. I didn't answer, right? So he texted me, sorry, I passed out and my cousin got arrested too. Nigga, ask me if I give a fuck. I was like, oh my god, like, honestly, I'm not gonna answer this nigga. He bold as fuck. Like, his laws, I don't got time for this. I'm gonna wait for my Uber. I don't got time. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Everybody's letting me down right now. Bitch, my arm hurts like a bitch. My throat hurt. Like, so finally, like maybe it was like 3 minutes until my Uber was there, and I look and I see I put the wrong fucking address, and that was actually my fault this time, because there's like multiple entrances like in the hospital. So I just put the wrong one. So I was like, fine. So I just go walk to the fucking next entrance. It wasn't super long, you know, so I wasn't tripping. I go wait, like I'm literally still bawling my eyes out just because I'm fucking dramatic. I don't know, I probably thought I was in a movie or something. Finally I get in my Uber. You know, he's nice. He kind of looks at me like, okay, because I was like bawling my eyes out. But he just looked concerned, but he left me alone. And he dropped me home like super quick, so I was super thankful for that. Like, he was super quick. And I got home and like I just, you know, bawled my eyes out again. And I was just like, you know what, like I just think I'm tired, you know, at this point. I find out when I get home that Deshaun didn't actually block me. His Snapchat just got deleted, probably because there was a bitch putting her fucking bare titties on his main story. So I was just like, oh, okay. But even then, honestly, I think like at that point in the day, I just didn't care anymore, because I was just like, honestly, I just reacted, you know, big because it was in the moment. Like, I was half asleep. I was just like, what? And I had just seen the video like 3 hours before, so I wasn't super happy about that. It was like a mix of a bunch of emotions. I don't even care. And honestly, I should have deleted him to begin with. So, but I just didn't want him to think I cared. But the fact that his whole snap got deleted, like, I'm thankful, because now I don't have to see his shit. But you know, I ended up getting super sick throughout the day. Like, I was coughing and my nose was runny, but I knew it wasn't COVID because I just know, like, when I get a cold, and it's like it was really just like a cold, and it was super mucusy. Like I don't know how to explain it. And COVID is like super like a dry cough, and like I honestly feel better now, and I'm not even on no Tylenol or nothing. So, and usually my colds last 3 days, and it literally lasted 3 days. It's just my voice is still a little like fucked up. So then I was fucking late, and my dad finally apologizes for the morning. So he apologizes, he tells me like sorry, whatever. And I'm just like, actually, can you do something for me today? And he's like, what is it? And I'm just like, I know you're probably gonna be downtown because he does Uber. So like, if you pass downtown, can you come get me some fucking Tylenols, because I feel super sick and I don't have nothing. And he's like, what Tylenols? And I'm like, just for like the cold and the sinuses, I think that's called. Whatever. And he's like, okay, fine, like if I have an Uber downtown, I'll give it to you. So I'm like, hopefully, you know. I ordered me a bit of food, but I was so sick I couldn't even finish the food. I ate like 3 bites, like not even capping. And then he finally brought me some Tylenol, so I popped them, and I just ended up falling asleep. The next day I get woken up by Javante calling me and texts me, hello, like answer me, like basically. And I'm just like, stop texting me. And he's like, are you serious? Like, what did I do? And I'm just like, honestly, like, you're weird. Like, you keep lying, you say shit. Like, just leave me alone. Like, you know. And he was just like, I don't understand. Like, basically just talking a whole bunch of shit. And he was like, why are you tripping? Like, this, that, and the third. And I was just like, no, I'm not tripping. Like, I'm just explaining to you, you're the one, you know, that wanted to come back and you do this. Like, you keep lying. And I'm over it. He's like, my cousin got arrested. Girl, ask me if I give a fuck. Like, okay, and what that got to do with me and you? What does your cousin getting arrested? And like, it's just the way it's like he always has an excuse. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, honestly, like, and you could say like, jxynou, you crazy. No, he always has an excuse. And how much you want to bet his cousin didn't even get arrested? Like, he just talks shit. Like, he just lied. So I'm just like, you know what, boy, I don't care. Like, honestly, I was doing good, and you the one I want to come back. You're fumbling, that's on you. Like, he's just like, stop, like, da 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 da. And I was like, keep your excuses for yourself. And he's just like, whatever, like, da da da. So I continue my week, you know. The rest of the week was so bad too, because I was super sick. Like, I was just sick. Like, I couldn't eat. I didn't eat like 2-3 days in a row. Well, actually, Monday I barely ate because I tried eating the food, but I took like 3 bites. Then Tuesday I didn't eat, and Wednesday I didn't eat. And then I tried ordering some food earlier. I tried ordering some food earlier, and I ordered from my favorite Greek place, and I was just like, yay. Like, I finally got some appetite. I feel better. I never had a problem before with this restaurant, ever. No problem, no nothing. I ordered, they made the food, whatever, and it says 30-45 minutes the food's gonna be there, right? I wait 45 minutes. I'm like, hold on, like, I didn't even get no notifications, nothing. The food is still at the restaurant, and there is nobody going to pick it up, and it's been 45 minutes. Food mad cold, food going bad in the restaurant. I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I was like, I'm gonna wait maybe 10 minutes. If it's not getting picked up, I'm canceling my order. And I got like the Uber pass, because y'all know I love ordering food, so you can cancel for free. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna cancel for free if y'all don't pick it up in 10 minutes. And no, even 10 minutes later, nobody was on the way to pick it up. So I was like, let me cancel my order. Like, I felt bad for the restaurant, but it's just like, I didn't want the food no more, you know? So, and I feel like they can understand, like, nobody was going to pick it up. And I've worked in a restaurant where there was Uber, and like sometimes this will happen, and when they would cancel, I'd be like, I understand, I wouldn't know, this food been sitting right here, like, I get it, girl. So it's like, I know they would understand. And it's like, I always order for them, so they probably recognize my name, like, dead ass. I'm just like, let me order like something else. But by the time, it just takes me so long. I don't know, I'm a Libra moon, you know, so it takes me so long to make a decision about anything. So the fact that I had to order something else, like, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted, and I just ended up ordering some Haitian patties, because I was just like, I just want like bread and meat. like, you know. So I just ordered like 4 Haitian patties and I ate like 3. So, you know, I ate a little something, but even then, like the third one, it was getting hard to eat. So I was like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have, maybe it's good that I didn't order the Greek food, because it's like a big plate. It's like meat, a lot of fries, a big ass salad, you know. So I was like, damn, maybe it's good that I didn't order that, because I wouldn't have been able to finish. So yeah, so I was just like, okay, so everything wants to go wrong. Everything. Like, just fuck me, right? And then just before I was about to film this video, my charger broke. So I have to go tomorrow and buy a new one. So yeah, like I'm super thankful, like super grateful, like love this. Like this week, 10 out of 10. Like at least I'm feeling better, like about, you know, I'm not as sick anymore, you know, and I'm not, you know, I'm feeling a little better. So I'm grateful for that, but everything else is a fucking mess. So yeah, honestly guys, I just had a really long week. This is it for the story time. There's not really no end to it, because most of the stories are like not done necessarily, but it's not even like a story time to have a finish. It's just like basically explaining how whack the past 7 days have been for me. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm sorry again if I couldn't smoke in the video. YouTube's sucking on my dick. It's in my business too much, and they need to like focus on the next bitch, because it's getting like really fan behavior at this point. But yeah, y'all, so this was today's story, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and follow on my social media, and I'll see you guys next time.